Alright, hi. Two things I should mention before I get started on this video is I'm fucking freezing right now, so I'm gonna be shaking like a little chihuahua, and I'm sorry. And second thing is, I'm still kind of sick, so I'll be sniffling as well. It's just all bad. So once we got that out of the way, I actually posted earlier that I kind of know a little bit about holistic skincare, and I was actually quite surprised at the responses I got, and it was really cool, and I was really happy about it. And surprisingly, a lot of us share the same struggle, which is oily skin. So I felt like I was kind of at liberty to make a video and discuss some things that I feel like are worth sharing with other people. And again, I'm just so sorry. I'm gonna be shaking a lot. But anyway, so... And I think the first thing to start out with this video by saying is, first of all, if you're like me and you've struggled with bad skin your whole life, odds are you're just always going to have bad skin, and that's just the bottom line. Now, granted, there are a multitude of things you can do to manipulate the odds that are not in your favor to be in your favor, and there are a lot of ways to cure bad skin, but I think this main struggle is that you're just always constantly searching for that flawless face, and the sooner you start accepting the fact that you're never gonna have perfect skin, flawless, ooh, it got dark, flawless, airbrushed skin, the sooner you come to accepting that, the better off you're gonna be. And like, I am not an expert at all. I still struggle with insecurities every single day, but I think it's really silly because, you know, your skin doesn't define who you are, and we've said that from, you know, the get-go on Tumblr, but it's really important that, you know, you try and find ways to accept that fact and move on and, you know, understand that it's cool and it's alright and everything's gonna be okay. And once you can do that, you can, you know, start really learning to love yourself, and that's a whole nother topic, and, you know, everyone struggles with that. And it's okay, and, you know, everything is okay. It's just, you know, it's something to think about. And it's definitely something that, you know, if you're anything like me, you're just gonna think about it. But the good news is, there's a lot of people out there who aren't such judgmental pricks, and it's nice, it's refreshing. So anyway, back to skin care. Another sad fact of the matter, and one that I struggle with on a day-to-day basis, is the fact that refined sugar is like essentially poison. You're essentially putting poison into your body every time you eat bleached white refined sugar. And, you know, there are a lot of healthy alternatives to getting sweets. Honey, agave nectar, even raw cane sugar is better than refined sugar. But if you're anything like me, it's still gonna be a struggle, you know. And I think that the best thing to do about your diet, and, you know, your diet really does play into how your skin looks. It's a huge factor, and a lot of people will, you know, debate that. But for me personally, I've read enough to know, and I've done enough trial and error to know that diet plays a huge role in how your skin looks. And you know, I think the best thing to do is just try as best as you can to get to that 90-10 ratio, where 90% of the time you're putting really beneficial foods into your body, and 10% of the time, if you want to eat a damn brownie, if you want to eat a damn cupcake, eat a damn cupcake, okay? Because this kind of plays into my next point, which is that you don't want to stress yourself out and make yourself miserable because you can't eat a cupcake. You know, that's just ridiculous. It's ludicrous. And for me personally, stress has been such a huge factor. I mean, if I'm stressed, you just see it on my face. You know, it just comes out of me. So it's really important to try and balance that, and not get so stressed, and don't sweat the small stuff. And it's hard, and, you know, that's just the bottom line. And, you know, there's just gonna be a lot of things that, you know, play a role in the way that you look and how the people perceive you and all of that shit. But yeah, the closer you can come to accepting that food plays a huge role in your skin, the better. And I'll provide some links that'll definitely help. But okay, so as far as the external, which is why I made this video in the first place, and I've already been rambling for 5 minutes, and that's shitty. So I'll just go ahead and get started on my external system, and, you know, hopefully it might help some of you. And it's actually been working pretty well for me lately, so that's a good plus. And a lot of my skin imbalances are mostly hormonal, I think. I've come to the terms with that. So there's a lot you can do with your diet to regulate your hormones. I take birth control, and it's really helped me. But okay, enough of that. You know, it's really important if you have oily skin in the morning, I think, to use a clarifying cleanser. And I recently bought this, which is Andalou Naturals, and it's citrus kombucha cleansing gel, and it's for oily skin, actually. And it is very clarifying. When you have oily skin, it is so important that you stray away from anything with harsh chemicals. Everything I use on my face is organic or natural, and I don't want to sound like a snob at all, but that's kind of what you have to do. Like, some harsh chemicals on your face will really strip your skin of the things that it needs, and that's a lot of the reason why you have oily skin. It's because your body, your endocrine system is overcompensating for the oils lost, so it just works extra hard to produce oils, and then you get that really So yeah, so in the morning I like to use a clarifying cleanser, and my like motto or mantra or whatever is if you can like understand the ingredients on the back, if they make sense to you, then that's good. That's normally a good indication that you're buying the right thing. And then you can try a lot of things. So I normally always use organic. It's just better for you, and you know, it doesn't have a lot of toxic chemicals that are going to mess up your skin. So it's really good that you use something that you can pronounce all the ingredients on the label. So that's what I use in the morning. And then I think it's really important that if you're going to use a toner, which I do, but if you have oily skin and you're going to use a toner, use something very simple. Do not mess with chemicals, because odds are your cleanser is already doing enough job cleansing, and soap on your face alone messes with the pH level. So I use this, and this is like a godsend. It's called the neem leaf extract, and you can only get it in India, and Indian people swear by it, and I actually really love it as a toner. For toners, I would really suggest simple as possible, like rose water or tea tree oil is really cool. Just one ingredient. This is neem leaf extract. It's just the extract of this plant, and it works amazing wonders on me, and I'd be more than happy to provide a link. And you know, I just spray it like a couple times, and it's lasted me like so many months, and as you can see, it's like about a quarter of the way done. And then okay. And then for moisturizers, here's the thing about moisturizing. I have been using hemp hooray because, you know, I want to use hemp products. I think they're really beneficial. Hemp is a really amazing plant. It does wonders for my soul, whatever that is. But I've been using the Skin Soothe hemp hooray, and as somebody with oily skin, I think it's a little dense. I've used about half of it, and it's just like, it's so thick. And for people with really dry skin, this is your moisturizer. It's a little too much for me, I think, and I've used about half of it now. So I made the transition to jojoba oil today. I actually ordered some online. Jojoba oil is supposed to be really sweet. I haven't really used it, but I've used it like twice actually, but I haven't used it like extensively, and I just hear nothing but amazing things about jojoba oil, so I'm really interested to see how that works. And that's another thing that I think is really important that a lot of people don't know, is when you're making a transition from one product to another, because I do that all the time, it's really important to maintain a balance. It's hard to explain. Alternate, because what you'll find is that if you immediately switch from one product to another with no like alternations, your face will be traumatized. You're traumatizing your skin essentially, and it's not good. So what I like to do when I'm in between cleansers, like I just got this one, and my last one was hemp hooray, but I ran out of it and it wasn't clarifying enough. But anyways, what I like to do is alternate. I'll use this, then I'll use the other one, then I'll use the new one, and then it'll get to the point where, I'll use the old one every other day, and then eventually you've made it a transition into your new one. A lot of people think that when they buy something immediately and then they use it without alternation, of course you're going to break out. You're introducing your skin to something completely new, and it doesn't know what it is, and it's going to break out new stuff. So a lot of people get discouraged. They're like, oh, I used that and I broke out immediately. Well, yeah, because that's what happens. But, as long as you, it's cold. As long as you alternate, you'll save your skin trauma, and that's really important as well. It's a good little tip. Okay, and then I'm going to talk about my favorite thing that I've just started using, and I really love it, and I can't stress enough how much I love this. Raw honey is one of the craziest things, and you have to make sure it's organic and raw, because if you heat up honey, it loses all of the qualities that make it so amazing on your skin, but it balances your pH levels, and you rub it in on dry skin. You rub it in, and I like to leave it on for 10 minutes every night, and it has been doing wonders for me. So I cannot stress enough to try raw honey and give it a shot, because at first I was like, man, fuck that, I'm not putting raw honey on my face, that shit's whack. But no, for real, it's like life-changing. I started using it like this week, and my skin initially started breaking out, but it's actually been working wonders on my pigmentation and like the dark spots, and it's just been really great. And there's a lot of reasons why, but I am at 12 fucking minutes, and I am so sorry for anyone who's actually watched this whole thing. Oh my god, I am so sorry. But anyway, yeah, I love raw honey, man. It's been really awesome, and I have been wanting to talk about it, so here I am. So hopefully this kind of goes into my system and benefits somebody out there. And again, it's always a struggle, and you kind of gotta accept trial and error as your best friend. But once you can start getting past all of the stigmas and you can just have fun and be yourself, then it's not so big of a deal, and then you're really okay. And anyway, I hope that helps anybody out there who struggles. I know that I spend a lot of time on YouTube. So all right, yeah, I don't know how to end videos, so later, I guess.